All right, welcome back for what was supposed to be the first game of the day. We're going to save the best for last. We're going to have DarkZero facing off against Katsu. I'm Veli. This is Stokes. We had a very fun first game, and yeah, this is going to be a banger right here.
Yeah, man, it's going to be very exciting, especially after the game we just came off of a border. So if you guys are just joining us, we kind of did things backwards today because of some Uplay issues, but it's all solved now. What you're about to see is Katsu versus DarkZero, but what we saw before was Bruh versus Orglis, the team from CL, where Bruh ended up winning that 7-5. So going into this next matchup, though, should be pretty interesting. We already know what the map is. We already know who's on defense, who's on offense. This has all been ran through before because it was supposed to be our first game of the day, but we're going to be following up with the second one. It's going to be on Kafe, and if I remember correctly, I said this was going to be a 7-3.
You did.
Yeah.
It was going to be 7-3. But before we jump into the game, I just want to let you guys know, this entire process, I mean, pretty much the stage is almost set with all of the qualified teams so far. So, if you've been living underneath a rock lately, the U.S. Nationals Finals will take place in Vegas, December 13th through the 15th. And, you know, enough of me talking. We have a video to show you guys. I'll tell you all about it. So, any bit of advice coming from my way to you guys, buy your tickets early because USN last year was actually packed.
Yeah, it was popping.
It was it was popping. So you can buy your tickets right down below, rainbow6.com/tickets. Hopefully we better see you guys there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good time. Last USN, in regards to hype, because you've been to a lot more events than me because they don't like me. How hype was USN compared to like a lot of other events?
It was more hype than Six Invitational.
Really?
Well, near the end of the main stage, because like a lot of people just lost interest in teams, because like, oh, it's just gonna be this again, you know, stuff like that.
USN, no one knows what to expect.
USN, I mean, it's just all NA fans watching NA, so like everyone's just electric. You know what I mean? We're rolling through all the rosters and stuff, so you guys can read over them if you're unfamiliar with the teams. But obviously, you should be familiar with at least one of them. They just won Pro League, so you should be knowing what's going on with DarkZero. Katsu is an up-and-coming team that's making a little bit of wave.
Making some big waves.
I wouldn't say big waves.
This game is going to be making big waves if they perform.
Oh, yeah.
So this is it.
This is the time to make a wave.
This is where Katsu show themselves how good they actually are.
Right now, they're like Magikarp. They're using Splash. We just don't know if it's going to land.
Are they going to be Gyarados or not? Does Splash ever land?
No. I think it's like a 0.01% chance.
Wait, it does something?
Honestly, no, it doesn't.
Okay.
That's why there's a bunch of memes that if Splash ever landed, like whatever's on the other side just gets immediately executed.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of videos about that. But Splash literally does nothing because Magikarp is useless. So, will it be Fish or Beast for Katsu? If we want to go down the evolution tree.
I say Katsu are going to be beasts. You know, sometimes, so there's a rule of chess. In order to be the best, you're going to have to play against the best. And I always feel like whenever
Is that just a rule of chess?
That is a rule of chess.
Oh, okay.
And I always have the belief that if you play against a better team, it brings the best out of you, especially when you play a team on the status of DarkZero. So if you're in the mind of Katsu, you're saying, okay, this is it. We want to go to finals. We have to play against DarkZero, the best team in North America right now. They dominated Pro League. But you know what? We understand what we're capable of. We play this game for a reason. This is where we show up. This is how champions are made.
You know what I like already? You know what I like already? 6 put good luck, have fun in chat, and not a single soul from DarkZero said anything.
Oh, they mean all business.
Put them on ice.
Makarov.
Put them on ice. Oh, no. Not this. Not like this.
Stokes. I'm waiting for the anticipation.
Yeah, dude. I don't think he's going to say anything. He's going to say Stokes. I just wanted you to know. Makarov, what are you doing, dude? What is this?
You need to focus on the
Why
game,
are you being so cryptic? Like, we have a Habana band I want to talk about.
Wow.
How's Canadian Nationals doing for you? Oh, wait.
So now if they lose, you know you can roast them back, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so let's talk about the bans real quick. So I'm going to jump on Jackal first. We always talked about how in order for Katsu to beat DarkZero, they're going to have to throw a curveball at DarkZero. They're going to have to show things that DarkZero doesn't expect. You know, if you come out the bat with these type of tricks, strats, and some strategy that they're not used to, you will actually have a chance to go big. So banning Jackal is a big play, especially if they're on defense. Now, banning Mirror as well, that's pretty much a staple on Kafe because she can hold down that long angle in front of bar.
All right, so the Habana ban is actually very unique here. So Kafe does have a handful of hatches that are routinely reinforced. It may be for that, or it might just be because they don't want the ability to be able to hit two sides of a wall at the same time, one with X-Kairos pellets and one with exothermic charges. But Maverick's on the board, so that's really not in the cards there. I'm trying to do the mental math here as to why Katsu would ban Habana out.
They know, maybe they know something we don't know. So
I mean, she is a 3-speed, 1 armor hard breacher. So maybe they just think that someone's extremely comfortable with it on DZ, or they're trying to shake up how DZ plays this map. They notice that they use a lot of Habana in particular. Want to remove that from the board. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But I'm really stuck on this Habana ban right now.
Well, you know what? One thing I will say, if Hunter Cash is as good of a coach as they talk him up to be, they've had about a week to plan for this game. So the bans have to make sense, and we'll find out.
I just want to say this, and then we'll jump right into the game. Hunter Cash once told me that Clubhouse was a utility-based map, and then I asked him what map is not utility-based, and then he just stared at me.
I mean,
that was a legitimate conversation.
To be fair, he wasn't wrong.
What map? What map in Rainbow Six isn't utility-based, chat?
He wasn't.
Tell me.
He wasn't wrong,
but he was far from right, Melly. He was far from right. And that's your coach. All right, I'm done. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, Six is going to jump in towards Piano almost immediately, and he's going to have backup with him. So Makarov is going to lead the way. Makarov, the ranked star that was picked up 3 weeks ago on Katsu, has been making waves. He's been a phenomenal standout player for this roster so far, thanks in part to his frag grenade usage. He's usually always on point. But his fragging skills as well are pretty great. He's going to be on IQ, an operator that we saw dominate last series, and he's going to have his chance in Hyper already. Knocks 6 out the game.
That's how you play it. That's DarkZero for you, because they want this LAN, and Japan might be around the corner, but take them to Kafe. They'll show you a couple of cool tricks, and that's what they're going to continue to do. Habibi has worked his way downstairs, but he will get recognized out. No, Hot and Cold not even know where he's actually standing. Gets caught flat-footed and quickly gets dispatched. Hyper going to immediately refrag, though, onto Makarov, and actually it's going to be a trade. Cancel that. Apologies. Hyper is going to take quite a bit of damage, though, even though this has been all of a sudden knocked down to a 4 versus 3. Going to open up the back door now. Nyx actually playing inside of Train still. Haven't seen a rotate come through just yet. Do have quite a bit of control. Hyper just lying in wait inside of Raiden.
Oh my God! Mozzie catches Habibi and he didn't even know it.
Oh, no.
Hyper is continuing on, getting a quad kill. Nyx is going to finish off Mean Sama. And DarkZero with a dominant performance round number 1. Everything went in their favor. Nyx's goo mines were going off left and right. The first Nitro Cell kill from Hyper was great. I wonder how he got that intel. Probably audio cue. But Katsu didn't even get a chance to shoot a bullet.
Yeah, that was one of those rounds where Hyper just goes, no, you don't call me Hyper anymore. You call me Daddy. That's how you do it.
The Greek freak.
Yeah, dude, that's you're calling that man father for the rest of the match. That's it. Like you can't not after that. That's opening up, man.
Yeah.
Not a single person says good luck, have fun, nothing. Ice in the veins of DarkZero Esports. Like, yeah, Katsu, you think you're something, don't you? Yeah, that's cute.
You think.
You think.
You think.
That's 4 kills in 1 round already for Hyper. That man came through swinging.
Hyper was picked up for a reason. Before he was picked up on his roster, he was the best fragger in all of North America. The best. So with a few team changes, DarkZero became a powerhouse in NA, and is definitely showing, and you can see it from a performance like that. We take a look at our operators currently in use. They're going to go right back to the 2nd floor. Usually we see a lot of 3rd floor and kitchen, but DZ, they're going to throw something extra in the pot. Mid's going to be on Maestro. We're going to have roamers such as Hot and Code and Hyper. It's going to be Mozzie and Vigil. Vigil, he can find himself pretty much invisible to drones and cameras, and Mozzie, he can hack those same drones to use to his team's advantage. If he's able to do that, intel is going to be rich on DZ's side. But Katsu, what are you going to do? Let's find out. We're going to get right into the action phase starting now, and Let's see if they can even odds.
Any advice for him?
Yeah, win. Shoot him in the head.
He's pretty good at
Forehead.
Don't take my joke.
Don't lose. That's the only tip I'm going to give him.
I'm just saying. Flynn and I started that. I'm just saying. I should have trademarked it. We should have trademarked it.
Possibly.
Would have been the best meme. Best Twitch chat meme. Show me all your copy pastas, chat. Make the mods do something. Belly isn't there to stop you. Run away with it.
Oh, I'm always watching. So the hatches are going to be immediately broken, and we see some track stingers being hesitated to be thrown out in red stairs. I wonder why, considering the fact that Han Code can easily run up it, but that wasn't DZ's game last round. DZ, they waited for Katsu to push him, and they picked him off one by one. You saw Mozzie prone and getting the kills as players were just walking straight through the doorways. It wasn't in their plans, but it's exactly what DZ wanted. So underneath 2 minutes now, and not a single bit of HP has been taken from either of these players.
DarkZero testing the skills of Katsu right now to try and make adjustments on the fly. If you've noticed, they've went backwards as opposed to what we usually see for the site breakdown of this map. Usually goes bar to reading to kitchen. But now, they're going backwards, and Nyx is going forwards with a kill onto Habibi. And that's where you have to play a lot of information game. You have to be able to drone out, you have to be able to do things properly. They know Hyper's here. Can he get the first kill? No, he cannot. Six will actually take him down. Do they recognize out that the mute's still here? They will. BC going to continue to challenge. He gets marked out, doesn't recognize out that someone's playing on Heaven though, so Makarov will have the initial kill. This all of a sudden in Katsu's court, but Nyx trying to bring it back. This might be a mirror round as opposed to what happened with Hyper last time. He's already on a double kill, trying to continue on downstairs inside of pillars.
Up top and unaware of what's happening underneath them, Six is trying to pick up a kill. We see the outline, but he doesn't see the player. Great play coming from down below with Nyx, and with the run out and rotation, Nyx might get some action. He hears the gunfire currently coming through in the barricade, and he's going to hightail it over to the site. All right, what's going to be the play? Looks like he's going to hold this down by himself. Looking at a 3v3 at the moment with almost half a minute left. A gunfight happening on the top of red stairs. Hot Code isn't going to back down at all. He's going to challenge the fight, and he's going to lose it. Mean Sama. He's going to put Katsu up in the lead.
Well, only 20 seconds left. They have to do something, but Nyx knows where a lot of them are coming from. That's going to be a triple kill from him in the run as he rotates over to Laundry. Exothermic charge finally going off at the front of Reading. That's in Pillar, so they know that they're going to be poised around that area. Mint already on the road that he's ready for it. Is somebody going to peek him out inside of Mining? That's exactly what they need to do. They need to get this kill because Mint can rotate in. This is all of a sudden getting very dangerous. I don't think they have a drone on the flank. He's going to rotate in. This might be 2 kills for him, unless Nyx is going to peek as well. He peeks into it, finds them both as a headshot. And that's why you put flank drones, ladies and gents.
No flank drones, and both of them were holding hands while the plant was going down. Pretty bad. Pretty bad defense when you're trying to cover your objective player. You don't want to be right next to him. Hold a long angle. Make sure you make the players work for those kills. You don't want to hand that over to DZ. You don't want to give DZ an early night as well either. You guys are prepped for this, and let's see your game plan. But DZ starting off on defense, that could work out for him because we all know that, unlike what we saw last map, Kafe, the defensive side is extremely strong, and we're going to see Katsu. I like it. Going to Fireplace, they're holding, I love you too. We're going to second floor, so DZ, they love holding this down at all. And I don't see why they would want to move.
I want you to notice that DarkZero has literally went to every single site except Bar Gaming. Or excuse me, Bar Cocktail. Apologies.
But they've been so strong on this second floor. It is actually crazy.
Yeah, for some reason my mind bounced to Chalet for a second. Yeah. Apologize about that. That hasn't been in pro rotation in God knows how long. So, but there's 2 big outliers here. I'll let you do the mental math on that. You guys got your answers? Fantastic. It's Hyper and Nyx.
Yeah.
Did you notice what they've done over the last 2 rounds? That's what makes DarkZero so very dangerous.
Can we see the stats for a second, Mark?
Yeah, look at this. 4-4-2. Nyx, Hyper, Mint.
Yeah.
And then you have, your routine supports now, BC and Houghton, just chilling.
And you think about BC, he could pop off at any minute. He can pop off at any minute.
The ball genius, man.
To me, BC is actually one of the scariest players on the team because once you start to figure out Hot and Cold, Nyx, and Hyper, BC is right behind him with a Nitro Cell or, a game-winning clutch. It just shows how much depth DarkZero actually has on his roster. But Makarov is IQ once more. Not sure what he currently sees on the stairs.
He's recognizing out the phone, so
he's
somebody's
I thought it was above him.
Yeah, he actually might be able to get the kill here if they don't read this out. He's actually on the camera, so he recognizes it out. Oh, he knows it's the 5.52 commando as well. That gun's got a very unique report, so he knows that IQ probably read him out with the electronics detector. Makarov's going to try and rotate up and have Mean hold this. He might try and get on the white hall window in order to counter his rotate. Doesn't seem to be the play for him, though. He seems to be going to Christmas with 6. But now they've been matched with a couple more issues. There's a long line of sight dedicated to Freezer.
Yep.
And again, we're going to have information game.
Oh!
Kill Mint does. Max range, doesn't even touch the roof, but it's going to be close enough to get the damage spread to kill Habibi.
Great Nitro Cell use from DarkZero once again. And DZ, they're holding Katsu at a chokehold at the moment. Gridlock currently going down. Not good utility that's going to be left on this team.
I want you guys to notice how DarkZero handling these kills. There hasn't been a true one-on-one gunfight at all, and they already have a pick and damage onto 6. That's the difference. They don't go for these one-on-one gunfights. What they go for are, how can I kill you in the best way possible? How do I kill you without seeing you? And it almost proves every single time that DarkZero plays that it is the most optimal way to go about it. Because look at this. We're over 2 minutes into the round, and not a single Katsu member has truly made contact with anyone.
No, they're stuck at the moment. Look how long he's been on that balcony. Like, they don't have an answer. Yeah, the drone player's there, it got shot out, they have some intel, but what's the play now?
This is why I said don't take him to Kafe. Because there's so many other things that you can do comparative to Clubhouse. Look at all of this. Belly, if you were droning through this and you didn't have an overall view of where people were, tell me how you make sense of what's going on.
You can't. When you play against DarkZero sometimes, you just gotta just let go of the mouse and just let fate work her magic.
This is where they confuse people. Look at the reinforcements, look at the setup. You know, it's truly a spectacle to behold as to what DarkZero can do to a map. Makarov will finally find the opening frag, but there's only 16 seconds, still 4 people up, and DarkZero still are not showing face. They have to try and stick a plan here, but they're more than likely going to read into it because they play decent on info ops. Gonna take down Noski. Makarov with a refrag though as Hyper will falter. A quick trade out though as 6 continues to push on down the line. Nyx will make things even though, but all of a sudden it's down to 2 people with SMGs at range up against 2 people with ARs, and this could get very, very detrimental, especially because Makarov has all of that HP and he's playing it off angle.
The stage is currently set and the plant has gone down, but it's going to be all about the retake. Some fire going down and the goo mine is currently stepped on. Nyx not going to connect on brown stairs, but BC working towards the defuse. Little does he know there's going to be a player down below on those red stairs, and the peek is there. BC gets taken down. Makarov getting 3 kills this round, but another peek is coming in from Nyx, aka Katsu. Time isn't on his side, and Makarov goes absolutely off. The rank star wins it out for Katsu. But that's what they need.
Yeah.
That's what they need. A breath of life, and Makarov brought it for him. Now, can they do that more often? You're not going to win rounds like that with one player getting quad kills against DarkZero.
Yeah.
Nah.
Again, I just want you to notice what's going on and how and why it's happening. That's my main focus right now is yeah, DarkZero might be doing a lot of things, but I want you to know why it's happening. That's what trips up a lot of people about DarkZero is that they show some crazy stuff that you're just like, why is this here and not there? What is going on? You know, and then you throw in a Mozzie and a mute where you can't really drone anything. That even makes it more difficult.
Yeah.
So I like how DarkZero continues to run Vigil Mute, Vigil Mozzie, stuff like that inside of their lineups on defense. They really complement each other extremely well. And overall, I'd say it has very, very lucrative play value. They are going to be headed back downstairs, though. We're not going to see a single bar cocktail defense just yet as DarkZero continues to try and force the envelope.
And the scariest thing about this lineup that DarkZero currently have is that they are rich with intel. Not only does Nyx have a ton of traps with goo mines he can set all around the map to stop defenders and also give a visual and audio cue to him and his teammates whenever they step on him. We're going to have 3 cameras from Valkyrie that will be set. Know where the attackers are coming from. And also, those drones that attackers use to get intel for themselves, Mozzie can hack them. So let's see if Hyper is going to have his Black Hat skills. But verticality in play over in Train, and he's going to look underneath to see if anybody creeps by for an easy kill. Nothing yet because it's early in the round, but some nice camera usage coming in from DZ so far.
So just because I know it's going to be a hot button topic on Twitter and everything, if you guys care to know what came of the last matchup, because I know a lot of people noticed that the Bandit didn't wear the Wind Bastion skin for Bruh. We're not going to say that he didn't, because he absolutely did. We all saw the pizza skin. So Wind Bastion skins are illegal inside of the inside of competitive. So I know what all of you guys are thinking, automatic disqualification. Well, the round that they wore the Wind Bastion skin on with Bandit, they lost. And that plays into what the admin is going to call. Because they lost that round, it was played through fully, and there was no immediate protest or anything like that.
I remember.
Since Orglis won that round, Bruh are still the winners overall because they won the game. Because they lost that round where they wore the Wind Bastion skin, therefore it wasn't inherently, better for them.
Okay, so
it wasn't inherently an advantage. But jumping back into the game now that we're at the halfway point in round 4, not much has went down. A couple of drones more than likely passing away, but that's about it. A little bit of information game back and forth. They have all of top floor control, but that doesn't mean too much when you're attacking the basement. Hot and Cold and the rest of the squad still poised inside of the mid-floor hold, inside of the train dining area, as well as having some of those pests set up by Hyper, allowing him to steal cameras and steal info from the remaining offenders. Only a touch of damage has been done, and it was on to Nosk.
The BB haven't had much luck as Gridlock so far, and this is possibly the longest he stayed alive in the game, which is really good to see from an operator with so much utility that can come into play. But exothermic charge currently being placed, and Nyx is getting in a great position to defend any type of push. The ball goes down in Freezer, and they are highly aware. Take a look at all of the players holding it down at the moment. Pretty sure Valkyrie still has a Nitro Cell on her end, and Han Code is in position to get a nice flank if need be. He's going to get droned out, and the fight is going to be here. A little bit of pre-fire coming in from a BB. He's going to shut Han Code down. It's going to be a 5v4. It's only 20 seconds to go.
There ain't nothing wrong with spraying some bullets in this game, and it can always bag you some kills. They need to get a plant down now. They've recognized out what the game plan is from DarkZero, try to throw people off, but Nyx hasn't been droned out, and this actually might get him a kill. Do they know he's inside of Freezer? He actually gets recognized out from the opposite side. BC playing an off-angle. Hyper also tacks on. Who has a diffuser? No one does. Noski finally picks it up, but he actually ends up not being able to plant it. Hyper tries to counter it, and he actually delays enough time with his death to grant DarkZero a victory.
The grounds are looking closer, but the wins is still going to DarkZero.
They're just playing for time, man, because when it comes down to time, time is always on the defensive side, baby.
Yeah.
Especially when it's under a minute and it's 5v5, all you have to do is delay. If there is one guy on the defense with 3 seconds left and no one has a diffuser and there's 3 offenders remaining, who wins that? The defender does.
All the time.
The defender is always at the advantage with the timer when it's like that.
So now that we see Katsu finally starting to wake up and they're winning gunfights, they're being more confident in their pushes. With them winning one round on attack, is this good for them for when they switch over to defense?
It's way better to be at a 4-2 split.
They need another round or two, you said?
Yeah, but here's the issue. DarkZero also split even with reciprocity on this map.
You're right. But you know what? Also, they say it's any given Sunday.
Hey, that's true.
Any given Thursday here on USN.
I say that all the time, but there was also some, other quotes that we can always go through.
You're right.
Math never lies, like, stuff like that. But for Katsu right now, the offensive side of Kafe is very difficult. DarkZero is obviously throwing them a lot of curveballs that they've obviously never played against before because DarkZero does some weird stuff. It's one of the teams that's going to do weird stuff because they like finding those little things to throw off other teams. Right now, it's throwing off Katsu quite a bit. Katsu got pretty lucky that train round went their way where they had got the plant down inside of mining.
And Makarov did
because, yeah, they got really lucky because they started trying to execute onto the site at 20 seconds. And, that's one of those things that only works 10% of the time. You know what I mean? So you got your round off of that. Now you need to try and capitalize on shifting things up for DarkZero instead of shifting things up for you. Get more aggressive. Do some other things. Don't stall out as much. DarkZero is expecting you to stall out. That's what the whole game plan was from the jump.
You're right. So, 2 track singers currently being used on red stairs. That should be enough. And Jumping down is going to be Thermite. Little does he know this player to his left. I wonder how that rotation play is going to work out. Katsu barricade is currently set, and Hyper is going to be the player that shuts down the BB. He was the one that I marked out. Toxic Babe's currently in play. Oh, and this player on red stairs has no idea what to do. But take a look at the other hash that's guarding the red stairs entrance. That player should stop any type of rotation to stop Hyper. Drone currently gets shot. And Hyper, oh no, Hyper sees him! Mean! What are you looking at? Oh, and Mean gets a nitro cell! Oh, like Kanye says, it all falls down for Katsu. My! As Hyper gets another one! Pinpoint accuracy, and Katsu are getting sunned at the moment. Makarov isn't even moving. His brain isn't even processing what's happening at the moment. He's like, yo, like...
Oh my goodness.
He's all alone. And around where Katsu are working their way in the third
repelled
floor.
down. He's like, yeah.
What do you do? I would run back into spawn and try to restart the round. Where are you going, Matt?
Complete honesty, if this happened, I just
follow him.
I just type rehost in chat.
Marcy, can we get a third person on him, Marcy? Just watch him fall to his doom. Makarov gets dominated along with the rest of Katsu. DarkZero lets him know that Daddy's home. We're here to take the cake. Flawless round. Nyx is disgusting.
DarkZero, more like Daddy Zero, am I right, chat? Heyo, let's get it. So DarkZero up 4-1 currently on the defensive side, and again, that's just how the cookie crumbles. I would say that the main thing that stood out to me from that round, as opposed to like the little things that I can obviously tell you about, like the reasoning why that wooden barricade was double punched at the top, so people can rotate through it like a castle barricade when they punched 11 times. So you can make a quick rotate, but it also breaks line of sight, stuff like that. The main thing that stood out to me is you might not want to hold an angle against Hyper. That's a bad idea. I wouldn't do that. He tried to play an off. I'll give it to him. He tried to play a very off angle that not a lot of people are going to be able to identify out.
Who are you talking about?
The I think it was Gridlock. I think it was Habibi that was playing on red stairs, right?
Yeah.
Who died?
I believe that was that Nyx that made the play. I believe that was.
No, it was
Hyper.
yeah, it was Hyper on smoke.
I apologize.
I'm like 99.9% sure.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
So that was phenomenal.
I think. You're making me question myself now. Why you do this to me? I might be wrong, but whoever did that, don't hold an ankle like that against a highly regarded professional team, because you're probably gonna lose that.
No, but he was holding that angle for such a long time. Even when the toxic gas went away, he was still prone in the middle of the doorway, and all it took was a player to go in a cigar, look through that huge hole created from self-destruction, look at him for 2 seconds, and then get a kill.
Yeah.
Where was his mindset at? What was he looking at? I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. There's a reasoning why I'm saying don't hold an angle, and a lot of people are probably going to go, well,
that was a really bad angle.
Why wouldn't I hold an angle? No, it was a good angle. That's an off angle. He's not standing at the top of the staircase. The reason that you don't hold an angle, especially in online play, is because of inherent peeker's advantage, as well as is a lot of people pre-fire. And if they recognize out what the default angles are, you're going to die to a pre-fire.
He was at the top.
No, he was standing behind the post. So he was at the top of the staircase, but he wasn't actually on the actual landing at the top. Yeah, he was farther down and actually holding an angle through the support beams for the walkway. Excuse me. But it's going to be a top take for Katsu once again as Habibi pre-fires through the cocktail wall. Immediately jumps onto the drone, trying to help out his teammates, especially Makarov, who is going to have to try and make some magic happen.
This is the point where I regret making predictions that the underdogs are going to win, because then I look stupid. But I'm still hopeful. The game is still in reach for Katsu, but the execution is far from it. Already on the top floor, explosion currently coming out. Wondering if that was from a nitro cell. And yeah, the roam presence is there. BC is going to have company. He's going to take one and two. Makarov and Habibi. They lean walk right into their deaths as BC takes the head right off of them. Nyx picks up another kill, and we're looking at possibly another flawless round. Grade A professionals doing their duty to shut down Katsu. And Katsu, they have no idea what's hitting them at the moment.
My only question right now is, does DarkZero say GG after this, or do they just not say anything again? And they just truly like ice out the whole team? That'd be crazy. Nice upside down rappel you got there, 6. Be too bad if I was landing on the ground waiting for it. BC with a free kill. clay pigeon shooting, it seems, as no one apparently knows where left click is, and they're going to continue to not know where left click is after that's going to be 2 flawless rounds in a row. DarkZero's the only one with guns, apparently.
This looks like 5 Vellies against DarkZero, and that's not a good thing. Nix and the rest of the boys, they're going to town on these.
No way he's called Makarov Valley. That's an insult. I'd take that.
He's playing like one right now. He's playing like
he's not playing Clash.
He's playing like a Hunter Cash.
Hey, chat, remember when I told you that if Katsu loses, it's all on Hunter? Everything that's happening to Katsu right now is all on Hunter. Those 2 flawless rounds, his fault. All of it.
Okay, that was Hyper that did that play. So I apologize. I'm looking at the screen that's far away from me, so my old man eyes, they fail me from
Well,
time to time.
in your defense, why would Hyper be playing Smoke?
You're right.
Okay?
You're entirely right.
So, but it's DarkZero. They've joined the fray. That is, hey, literally everyone on our team can play everything, so why don't they just play everything? So,
I mean, at this point, they might as well have fun with it.
my idea of operator lineup and everything inside of a team ever since I started playing this game competitively was who is the best on the team at this operator. Okay, awesome, you play it. Why am I going to play Jaeger if you're better at Jaeger than me? Why am I going to play Pulse if you're better than Pulse at me? Why am I going to play Ashe? Why am I going to play any operator in this game if someone on my team is better than me at it? No point. Might as well put the person that is the best at that operator on that operator.
At all times.
There you go. Plus, it just keeps things fresh, man. You know, when you're fragging out and just playing like Ashe and Zofia, and that's really about it. It's nice to have a breath of fresh air when you get to play like a support op. Smoke's a great operator, man. He's so much fun.
I love Smoke.
Dude,
Smoke means
you have all the utility in the world, you have a great shotgun, and the SMG-11 actually takes a talent to use.
You're right. So, with halftime currently being up, Katsu, they're going to be on defense. And rallying up rounds is something they desperately need. DarkZero Esports are 2 rounds away from ending all of this, ending this disaster that we're currently seeing for Katsu. And on repel. So, okay, the one exciting thing about watching DarkZero on attack, they're the most aggressive and well-planned out attackers you could possibly find in the game. Take a look at their execution whenever they look for roamers. Not specifically on this site because top floor is where the site currently is. But whenever the site goes somewhere else, just watch how they execute. You never see a 1v1 to get a kill for a roamer. They pinch him from all angles, and they give him no room to breathe to take him out.
An oldie but a goodie is going to be used by Hyper. It's the angle through mini bar from the mini bar window inside of Christmas, or piano, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
So you can actually rappel there and shoot a couple of bullets through the mini bar, and you can see white door through the bullet holes. So, an oldie, but a goodie. You can definitely bag some kills off of it for free when people peek and have no idea, honestly, where you're shooting from.
Free info. So, Hyper's going to move in. One of the best fraggers to date in NA. We're going to find out why. A little bit of wall bang is going to be off the mark, but utility from the lifeline is going to be in play, and that's going to clear things up. Wonder if he was able to get an Evil Eye, and yeah.
All right.
That was the most accurate Nitro cell I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that didn't deal any damage to Habibi inside a bathroom. He's going to start popping toxic babes, but a little identification out to what happened earlier. Hyper actually used his concussion mines to bait for an ADS before he used his impacts. So again, just smart utility use. That's what you expect out of pros. Using the concussion before the impact on the lifeline, again, to make sure there's no ADSs before he launches the main one, just to make sure he's not wasting any utility, being smart about what he's doing. DarkZero taking their time, man, and it's working out for him. Hot and Cold going to bag the first kill, and that's going to be a huge pick as well. It's on to Mean. Secondary frags coming through now. A couple of bullet holes. He sees the hand. Nitro Cell goes out, but he's actually going to dodge it. Does take down Nyx, though, as he continues to motion up. And actually, it looks to be all on the Katsu train now as DarkZero, not very fleet of foot. 6 continues to tack on. It's all left up to BC. He takes down the first one. This is actually almost doable. 17 seconds left. He's reloading. Someone's going to rotate and challenge. Someone's actually coming up red right now. They're going to recognize it out on the flank drone. BC should be able to get a free kill here. Actually, he's going to challenge in. First things first, he recognizes out that the man's heaven. He's going to challenge. He allocates himself over to the skeleton key. Can he possibly win out the round? Only 2 seconds remain. The man's just going to sit inside of Cigar and wait. And Katsu's going to win the round because of it. So some intelligent play.
Yeah.
Play for time. Good job on that.
You play for time, and they did it right. Katsu was able to sneak out that round, able to get away from the wrath of BC. So winning their first round on defense, This is a streak that they desperately need. This is where that comeback has to happen. And going to first floor, we're going to see exactly what I was saying about DarkZero in regards to gathering intel, drone work, and pure execution. And it's kind of like poetry at times. The roam presence from Katsu, I want to see Makarov really, really make something happen. Noski is Legion as well. The traps are going to have to be phenomenal. We're really going to have to see grade A gameplay from this point on.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
Okay,
bombs
so
as
this is
they
how it's
can.
going to go. DarkZero is going to win this round. Katsu's going to counter it by going back downstairs and fixing what their mistake was to make it
Attackers have
6-3.
located a bomb.
And then once they win that, they're going to go back upstairs, but DarkZero is going to know how to go about it this time. And DarkZero is going to win 7-3, just like I predicted. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, possibly. That's if
being
Katsu
an
win
oracle.
another round.
Hey, we'll have to see. Hopefully DarkZero's a little bit quicker about taking over the site downstairs, unlike Katsu was when they went for the top to bottom
5
clear,
seconds
but
to insertion.
took a pretty leisure path through it.
Yeah. So DarkZero looking to put away every single frustrating game they've dealt with in USN. And they're dominant. I'm still, one of my favorite pieces of content to this day from DarkZero, in the entirety of everything they put out on Twitter, is when they won that USN game and started like praising the gods. They were cheering, they were so happy. But a pest is going to be put in place to stop Hyper from continuing on with his drone. He's going to have to find a new entry point to send that little robotic figure, give him some type of intel, and track teams will be placed on red steps as well. It's going to be slow, but that's DarkZero's MO at the beginning of rounds. It's going to be when they get in sight where we'll see a lot of added aggression. And BC, okay, shooting in between his legs right now. He has to have some type of intel to know that, but he's not connecting those shots.
He's just pre-firing for Bathroom. Not going to find much, though. 6 as well as Makarov working their way up White Halls now. I don't believe that they know that someone is motioned inside of Bathroom. Could find themselves in some trouble. BC not going to rotate without any drone support, though. Recognizes one out. Knows he's inside of Bathroom. A couple skeleton key shots. He knows he has to be tight right. Got a pre-fire. Makarov to falter. Wrong move, my friend. That's going to be the opening frag that DarkZero needs, but it's going to be immediately traded out as Nick falters over inside of Cocktail.
Makarov dodged without shooting a shot, but his teammate, he wants to make that effort work on his end. Mint, a little bit of pre-fire. He knows that there's a player there, but also being aware that there might be a flank on white stairs. But it's going to be a face-off. With the peek in the pre-fire, yes, Mint! It's going to drop 6. That's how you do it. 3v4 in favor of DZ.
Well, minute and 7 seconds left as DarkZero is poised to try and take over site. They already have the 2 initial picks that they need, Noski, Mean, and Habibi. The only 3 remaining member of Katsu alive, but it's the backbone of the site. That's really all you need to be able to hold things down. Still a lot of rework needing to happen upstairs, but they have plenty of time to accomplish all of that, especially with BC still alive. That skeleton key going to be breaking open quite a few lines of sight downstairs, as well as a line of sight towards red stairs to try and hold off the rotate. But Katsu continuing trying to stave off this offensive front by DarkZero. Especially with Noski still alive, this could get more and more difficult. Mint's going to have to try and dedicate himself over to that electronics detector to try and get rid of all of these goo mines.
All right, Lifeline currently in play, and the concussion isn't going to hit anybody, but PC is definitely going to hit Habibi. Get a second kill of the round. So you have Maestro left alive and not a lot of time, and Mean Sama is going to get a double kill, mowing people down with the Alda. But in a 1v1, this is it. 5 seconds left to go, but stepping in the goo mine and getting taken out. Mean Sama was on point, locking down Mint and dominating with Maestro. That's how you do it. That's how you come back. And Katsu, they're looking to tie things up.
That's the danger of the Alda and DarkZero just taking a little bit too long to get to site, and that's the danger of Kitchen when you take just a little bit too much time. Especially with Legion on the board, it gets very, very dangerous. Those goo mines preventing you from sprinting, forcing you an animation before you plant. There's a laundry list of what they can do, but they're very dangerous in those crunch time moments, and Katsu is going to hit that 3-round margin. DarkZero now only need 2 to possibly win, but Katsu seem to be warming up just a little bit in these dire moments.
I said it before, on defense, things get a little bit easier on Kafe. Bamonte is coming out from it. Now blitz Bamonte.
That's a very dangerous thing as well. Mint, a proclaimed shield specialist. He's made quite a few plays in the past that have been highlighted with his shields in particular, especially the clubhouse clip of him with the Blitz, where he ended up getting, I believe it was a ace, or it was at least a 4K by him on that
I think
map.
it was an ace.
Yeah, but it was a crazy clip nevertheless, and if you guys haven't seen it, make sure you go watch that. But not right now, because we obviously still have some map to get through. Katsu still on defense, obviously. They need to have a little bit better of a roam game. They're getting picked off early on, and there really hasn't been any trades being ensued unless they're across the map. That's really the only trades that we're seeing. We haven't seen a true refrag from them, and I'd really like to see that come to fruition.
Okay, 3-5. Katsu is in your hands. Let's see if they can mount the comeback. So far, winning 2 rounds in a row. Pretty much the start that they needed. But Makarov and the rest of these guys really have to be on their A game. But I'm really interested to see how Mint is going to attack the site. Extremely dynamic as a shield player. This point of entry is going to be everything. But working their way up to the top and working their way down is going to be the go-to. That way you rid yourself of any type of verticality from players that shoot down at you, and also you get roamers out the way. Best way to go.
Drone is active.
DarkZero and the rest of the squad poised on top of the roof now. Utility obviously still in hand, recognizing out that, hey, there is a Mozzie on the field, so we're going to have to try and go about this a little bit slower. They don't have a Thatcher to get rid of those either, so that's going to make it a little bit more difficult than it's supposed to be. They're probably going to have to face check a couple of things with Mint in order to get these pests off, and then go back about your information game. Frag grenade coming in so BC can actually burn that pest and drone, and he actually ended up destroying his drone in the process of that. So that sucks just a little bit, but Mint's going to rotate his way over the white hallway so that he can check out bathroom and everything else. They're going to have hyper poise on the window to make sure that you can't possibly rotate, trying to recognize out where that evil eye is, pings it quickly so they can try and dispatch it.
The evil eye currently is pinged out, and Mint's going to move right ahead of him. He's going to have 2 players right in front of him. Basically 3. One gets pinged out, but Nix is going to get the guy who is by the site. Nice job for a player that's on rappel. That's going to be Gridlock. But some utility in play. There's a call out that there's a player on white stairs. The ADS zaps it out the air, so his life gets saved. Great placement by the Jaeger player. Miz going to continue on being a little bit, I would say, passive-aggressive with Monty. He's going to hold down these stairs and make sure that nobody is going to come up on this flank. And he's pretty much the human drone. But working his way with the skeleton keys, Buck is trying to get every advantage possible to get this kill right underneath him. So, under a minute now.
Attackers have located
I believe a
bomb.
Toxic Babe has currently been used, and it's going to back Monty up a little bit, but not the rest of the players from DZ. Nix getting the 2nd kill this round, and he's going to have all of them for DZ at the moment. Makarov falls once again, who hasn't been doing too well the past few rounds, despite his team mounting a comeback. Another ping goes out from a drone, and now, 25 seconds, Katsu, can you hold him back?
That is going to be the big question. Nix falls off. That's a pretty big pick, but still going to be on 3 armor. Oh, Hyper, he needs that kill, but it's going to be Hotton to clean it up. Only 10 seconds left. 6 and Habibi, the only 2 remain. Monty going to slide the shield, immediately prompts for someone to try and pre-fire him, but the diffuser's going down. Mint's just trying to distract him so the plant can get through successfully. Hyper with a quick kill, but it's all left up to 6. A rotate coming in from behind him. BC's going to clean it up, and DarkZero win the follow-up round.
That's it. And that's how Monty players should play. He wasn't overly aggressive. He did exactly what he wanted to do. And unlike what we saw last time around with Orglis, he kept his feet moving. He had to make sure that the floor underneath him wasn't destructible to get nitro celled or shot from behind. Katsu had no idea how to dispose of him. And now on match point, DZ, they're looking to put it away. They can do it. And just for a second, I want to give a shout out to Mzo in the chat. Had a great time casting with you, man. We miss you. But, Katsu, you're going to have to win 3 rounds straight, take it to overtime, and then the best of 3 after that. If you slip up and you're not perfect en route to those 3 rounds in a row. Blackbeard in play. Okay. Yeah, DarkZero's, they're going to run away with the game if Katsu isn't perfect. So, from Monty to Blackbeard,
Locate and defuse bomb.
Mint is feeling himself. And I'm not mad at him. Blackbeard on rappel most definitely. It's going to be the scariest thing to Katsu if they ever face him. But Mozzie and Legion on the board. Pretty much standard roam setup for Katsu in regards to operators. We're going to have Smoke and Maestro as well. Hopefully Maestro's Evil Eye cams plus the drones that Makarov can possibly hack can put Katsu 2 steps ahead from DarkZero in regards to preparing themselves for any type of attack.
10 seconds to go.
So, Stokes, you feel a comeback coming up, or is this going to be a 7-3?
Upstairs site, Katsu could definitely win out on it.
Attackers are heading
Okay.
out to defuse a bomb.
They have the proper lineup that they need. They're not trying to prevent the wall, though, which could definitely get them into a little bit of trouble. I would have liked to have seen Kaid or something try and play that mid-floor a little bit harder. They've been really high up on this turtle setup. We've seen them roam, obviously, upstairs when they were inside of kitchen. A little bit of other roam game going on, but as you can compare it to how DarkZero sets up their bar setup, it's not nearly as flushed out. 6 is just downstairs really with no angles to be held, just soft walls and a gun by his side. That's really it. No utility dedicated, really nothing. So I'd like to see things a little bit more flushed out just to try and throw off DarkZero instead of just natural cell plays and a hatch being opened above. But they're definitely going to know that's there because, I mean, Makarov just killed 2 people earlier, I believe it was a couple weeks ago, from that exact same angle.
He did. He did. But Makarov is able to hack a drone, so that placement is going to be vital. Being able to ping out any type of player that he wants, or just to see exactly where the attack is coming from. Still quiet on all fronts as BC is going to hold down Piano/Christmas. But jumping down Red Hatch is going to be Hyper, and he's going to do the usual. He's getting right into the action, a little bit of pre-fire and some peeks. He's confident, he's feeling himself, and it's going to be all about how they're going to hold back this type of aggression. Remember, Blackbeard is in play. So DarkZero, they're going to bring a lot of heat from this point on. And I believe that's a Maestro camping ping. I'm not able to see that far, but oh, look at that. Mozzie hacks a drone is another drone. Has him in his sights. Great setup. Look at Mint's going to work his way downstairs to get the kill, too. Oh, no. The execution. Oh, can he get the kill? No, he runs out of ammo. But with the reload, he's going to back up. What a missed opportunity. Yeah, Makarov gets saved by inaccuracy coming in from DarkZero.
All right, 56 seconds left as Katsu's trying to make some magic happen. They're trying to keep themselves alive, but the drone play working wonders for DarkZero right now. Hyper, a little bit of damage dealt to him, but nothing to call home about just yet. Toxic Bame's now being sprung for Habibi as Hot and Cold continues to drone out Freezer. All the angles now dedicated to DarkZero. Hyper sees some movement through the wall. He starts things off with taking down Mean. Makarov with a trade, though, as Mint will falter. That's going to be the Blackbeard. Might actually be spelling disaster here, as you won't have someone to hold those angles that can almost guarantee a gunfight win. They need to get this diffuser down, though. Only 20 seconds remain as BC tries to open up a bigger line of sight. Smoke now goes down. We haven't seen smoke plants in a little while, but Hotten's going to actually try and complete it, and it goes through. Nitro Cell has already went off as well as Nyx continues to bag kills, and this might be all she wrote for Katsu. No more Legion. They've cut out all of the rotates. They have eyes on the diffuser. This is looking like a losing battle for Katsu as they try to fight up the hill. Habibi to lose his life. It's all left down to Makarov. He's on rotate up white stairs. He challenges up, not to be found. Only 3 remain for DarkZero, but it's all up to Katsu. Makarov trying to challenge into the Christmas door. Have they recognized out that he's here? He challenges in. Gunfire goes through. They know he's in Pixel. He goes to challenge. He actually wins out the gunfight, but Hyper on the refrag and gets taken down. Doesn't mean much, though. DarkZero win it out 7-3.
Wow. GG's coming in all around. And DarkZero. One more game. One more game, and they officially qualify for the U.S. Nationals in December in Las Vegas. They finally did it. They made it this far. I wonder if they made it to the best of 3 last time. Hyper, Nyx, and BC.
That is
35 kills combined.
That is ridiculous. That is a very, very good scoreline bar, DarkZero. But again, what else would we expect from the team that just won out Pro League in North America in the very first slot? We've seen them in Japan pretty soon, which would be pretty cool. But overall, very good showing. I think Katsu also showed some signs of life.
They did.
But it's, again, it's a big fish, little pond kind of thing. You know, they get switched over to the ocean and recognize, hey, there's actually some bigger fish out here.
What was your prediction? 7-3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah. That I want to see Katsu continue to get better, and I want to see him in USN again. Wild card is around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Sign up. It's free. You're going to see teams like Katsu there. You're going to see Shrug there. Yo, the Nitro Cell play from DZ was amazing. But yeah, sign up for the wild card. That is your last chance to qualify for this LAN. After that, that is it. We'll be in Vegas. So, I mean, congrats to DZ. I mean, we could rant and rave all day about how great they are, but this is expected. Yeah, I told you, that was bad.
Oh, yeah.
That was bad. I told you.
I'm talking about that kill. I'm talking about the kill on Anowski.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
the player on top of Red Stair.
Oh, yeah, no.
That was terrible.
Yeah, bro, you were already in your grave. You were just laying in it. You were ready for it.
So he went there because of the toxic bait, pushed him to the top, even though he could have ran to the bottom still. But then he was prone, and he stared at the guy for like 3 seconds. Bring it back. Bring it back. Come back stronger. Go back to the drawing board with Hunter and work up a winning formula to try to make it to LAN. Because you guys definitely have a lot of talent, and I really want to see them again. Standout guys, is pretty shocking to find out that Makarov was actually a ranked player that they just picked up. That's a pretty cool thing to hear.
Yeah, of course, man, of course. So overall, I would say, once again, a very good showing from Katsu, at least showing signs of life, and definitely showing that they can at least take some rounds off the big dogs. I mean, again, offense on Kafe is so hard. So hard, man.
And they start off on attack.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a very difficult thing.
Yes.
But, don't forget.
I got you. Let's jump into the interview. It's going to be with Nyx. Can't wait. Yo, Nyx, what's going on? Is that the boss in the back?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
that is.
Tell him I said what's going on. Tell the squad I said congratulations. You guys are finally looking amazing in USN. This was expected. But standout performance. You, Hyper, BC, everybody played lights out. When you went against Katsu, you guys were just running free. It was free reign. When it came to your defensive setup, you guys love playing around second floor. Why that site than the usual third and first that we usually see back to back?
The Cafe is a really defender-sided map right now, and when you play a heavy roam, especially on the second floor, and just waste a lot of time, forces the attackers to have to use utility, and then also just waste their time. So you just have, strategies planned out just for those reasons, wasting time using utility, and then just getting back to site. So yeah. Kafe is just a really strong defensive map.
I have an honest question. I personally want to know, because you and Hyper are ridiculous. Who's a better fragger between the two of you?
Me and Hyper, who's a better fragger? I think we're both really nuts, but I'll give it to the Greek freak. He's got me beat.
All right, and also I heard that you're a good dancer, and that you had something to show for the stream. So Nyx, I was told to ask you this question. I heard you had a dance or something waiting for us. What's going on?
I don't know if I can dance. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't.
Better dance, Nyx.
Come here.
What? Wait, hold on. No, wait. Well, okay, hold on.
If your cousin does not come over there and make you dance right now, we have some issues. I'm saying.
I need like some music
Zach is
or something.
dancing in the background, Nyx.
Okay.
Go dance with Zach right now, please.
All right, hold on, Belly. You gotta lay down a beat or something. You gotta.
I got a beatbox.
Turn my mic on.
Come here.
Mic on. Can you turn my mic on, Camille?
Turn Sam's mic on.
All right, I got my mic on. Nyx, I will be embarrassed with you, because if you did not know this, Nyx, I can actually beatbox. My mic's on, dude. They can hear me.
Get the camera.
I can hear.
All right, so if you stand up, you gotta stand up.
I got maybe 10 seconds to dance, and that's all you guys get.
10 seconds. All right, just tell me when you're ready.
I'm scared.
All right, hold on. I gotta take my headset off. I'm not gonna talk. Hold on.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Nyx? All right. Are you prepared? Are you prepared for this?
You can do it with earbuds in. We're just gonna go no beatbox in 10 seconds. Let's go.
All right. On 10. I'm on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there it goes. Oh, hey, okay. Oh my God, I love it, dude. I love it. You made Veli leave his chair. Zach is so proud. It's like a proud father standing behind him. He's like, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, if you take your girl to the USN Finals in December, do not let her go to a club and watch Nyx dance. She will get stolen. Okay?
She will get stolen.
All I'm saying is I play Rainbow Six professionally and get paid to do that. I do not get paid to dance. Do not judge me, please. I'm not the dancer.
All right, so Nix, I'm not gonna ask you a question. I'm just gonna leave the floor to you. Say whatever you want to say to the supporters, the viewers, the fans, whoever may be out there, man. Because a lot of people love you guys, and we're happy to see you win.
Thanks to all our supporters. Like every other interview I do, we appreciate all the support. We are going to be prepping extremely hard for Japan coming up in November, and hopefully we have a really strong showing there. Now, really good that we're doing better in USN. We got one more BO3, and then hopefully we can qualify for the LAN event. Other than that, hope you guys have a great night, and thanks for all the support, guys.
I love you, Nix. Thank you for not making me beatbox. I appreciate you.
Nix, you're a beast, man. I wish you guys all the success in the world, okay? You have a good night.
Thanks, Billy. You too.
I was scared. I didn't know what to expect.
I was terrified as well.
I didn't know if he was going to do like a Rick and Morty twerk on camera or something. I didn't know if he was going to stanky leg it. Like, what was coming? What was going to happen? But MVPs, go
I
on.
guess I'll be starting things off.
Yes.
Because, I already know who you took. Rude. Rude. So I
took
picked
your
the other.
pick.
I picked Nix. I picked the man on the camera. So Nix overall had some very impactful frags, was able to open up a lot of doors for DarkZero, and that's always what you want from your entry fraggers. And I mean, look, 2-0 on entry, 11-5 overall. That's all you could really want from them. Nix, another stellar performance.
Yeah, Nix and Hyper were the 1-2 punch again. Tonight was the night of the duos.
Yeah.
Even though BC joined the party, and he really wasn't racking up a lot of kills.
He did it silently.
He did it silently.
Yeah.
But Hyper was the flashiest player, and that's to be my MVP. Hyper was picked up for a reason, and he showed it right there. Just dominant, and just dominant aggression. You saw him wide peeking. You saw him always firing off shots, getting into one-on-one gunfights. And the thing is, we always talk about, don't do that often because it's not safe. With Hyper, it's a different story. Sometimes you let your star players do star player things. He did that. Hyper was on top 13-6. BC and Nix, 22 kills combined. Whew, this team was filthy.
Yeah, they truly were. But hey, I want you to notice who's at the top of the team on the other side of things.
Makarov.
Makarov.
I told you, Makarov has so much crazy potential.
Yeah, I definitely think
I'm high on him for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. When you are someone that gets very, very good at ranked, being that fragger, being that guy that just goes in and gets all the kills, when you actually start getting information around you and people are like, hey, I'll get the information for you to shoot people, it's a whole new world, man. Yeah. Because all of a sudden you're not, trying to face check things, you're not droning yourself, and you have somebody for that, man.
It's easier.
It's like rich people. It's like, hey, you know how to do, accounts? Like, oh, no, I got a guy for that. Got a guy for my drones.
Like you said before, behind every strong fragger is a great support player.
Yeah.
So Makarov and the rest of the team, talented. Won 3 rounds of a DarkZero. A lot of guys can't say that out there. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Veli. This is Stokes. Make sure you buy your tickets to go to the finals in Vegas. Make sure you sign up for the wild card open qualifiers. You know what? We'll see you guys on Monday. Wait. Submit your clips for Venmo.
Oh, yeah.
We're checking them tonight.
You can win $500.
Yes, $500 for first place. Make sure you submit your clips ASAP.
Anyone.
Yes.
Anybody.
But you know what? Stokes and I will catch you when we do our recap show on Monday, and that's it for the U.S. Nationals. So we'll catch you next time.